If you're like most women, then you would like to be in a loving partnership with someone who is generous and kind and caring towards you and your family. But you may have some difficulty with relationships, and that's where I come in. Hey, welcome to my channel. This is Spirit Soul Sense, Information for Your Soul. I'm Dr. Shareece, and I help Black men and women heal from trauma and toxic relationships. Today, we're talking about 5 barriers to love that are blocking your dream relationship from coming to you. The first thing on my list is that you are holding on to an ex in mind or body, or mind and body. So you have an ex in mind who maybe you don't talk to, or maybe you do talk to. The point is you're still connected in some way. You've heard of soul ties. I've never talked about soul ties on my channel, but there are connections between people that last throughout time. And even if you're not in contact with them, you're holding space for them in your mind or somewhere in your future. And you need to let that person go. You need to let them go, okay? You need to release that so that you can welcome someone who is ready to love you. I've heard the example given, this is more of the in-body, like you are still having sex with your ex, or you're still letting him take you on dates, or you're still spending time together, or you're still using him for emotional support. Like all of those things are blocking you from experiencing real, true love, right? Reciprocation from somebody that's not gonna just give you part of themselves, but their whole selves, and for you as well. So the example I've heard, or the analogy I've heard given is, let's say, let's say they're cars. I think they use it as cars, and you have a placeholder, right? Your ex that still comes over to your house, or that you're always on the phone with, or something like that. The man who's looking for you is looking for an empty spot. He's looking for somebody who's ready to love and to give and receive. And if every time he's checking for you, this new guy, every time there's an opportunity, God wants to send you a new guy, you already have somebody in that spot, right? Your ex is occupying that space. You're not gonna attract what you're looking for because you have no space in your life for it right now. So you gotta let go of the ex. Like in all the ways, you gotta let go of the ex. The second thing that's holding you back is you believe all men are trash. And listen, I used to say this all the time, men are trash. I said it jokingly, I never really believed it, but it's just kind of, if you look at the state of the world, like the chaos of the world, the wars of the world, that's all men. Okay, so when I say men are trash, I mean like these people in power who are egomaniacs, who are wild and crazy and are not doing all of the divine masculine things that they're supposed to be doing. Those are the people I say are trash. I really don't say in my real life these days men are trash. But I do think, you know, the chaos of the world is men. That's true. But in your dating life, you cannot walk around here saying men ain't shit. All these men are, you know, whatever. Men are, you cannot believe those things. And if you say them, then they're a thought that you have. That is gonna, if all men are, if they all, then that means there's nobody for you. There's nobody for you if you really believe that. So you have to shift your mindset from, you know, there's no good men out there to, you know, there's some good men. There's some decent ones. Most of them maybe are, you know, for the birds, but there are some decent guys out there. And honestly, there really are. There are men who are really just interested in being with one woman, who really want to take care of his family, right? To give and protect and do all those things. There are men that want to do that. And if you don't believe that, you will never find real love. Well, never say never, right? Miracles happen every day, but it's very, very unlikely that you will find a partnership that works for you, that is all the things that you want, if you believe that men are trash. My number 3 is having unforgiveness for yourself or for other people. If you have unforgiveness for other people, you definitely have some unforgiveness for yourself, because as above, so below. You need to forgive yourself for the mistakes that you made in the past. You need to, emphasis on the need. These are things you have to do. If you have not done them already, if you have unforgiveness, you have to forgive yourself for not knowing any better. Because girl, how could you know any better? What you did was what you did because that was the best you knew at that time. You have to learn to forgive yourself, to be easy on yourself, to be gentle with yourself, so that you can extend that to another person. If you have this unforgiveness in your heart, let me tell you, you have resentment for yourself, you have negative thoughts about yourself, the only person who's vibrating on that same frequency is not going to be kind and loving to you. Somebody like that is going to try to love you. They are going to come into your space and they're going to see, oh, she has a really good heart that's been hardened a little bit, but I want to love her and show her. You're not going to be able to receive the love he has to offer if you have unforgiveness. Because when he makes a mistake, it's going to be the end of the world. You're going to act out. You're going to assume the worst because you have not forgiven. Now, if there's somebody you need to forgive, forgiveness is not about letting someone off the hook or forgetting that something happened. Forgiveness is about releasing yourself, the emotions that you have attached to that situation, and letting it go. You can't change it. It's a thing that happened. You can say, you know what? I am no longer going to let this thing control my life. I am no longer going to let this thing control the way I treat other people. I am a good person. I am loving. I am kind, right? If you're doing your other affirmation work, you speak life into yourself and you walk around as such. You let things go. You don't hold grudges, because the grudge, the unforgiveness only hurts you. These things fester in the body and they will make you ill. You have to forgive yourself and other people if you want to be able to have a relationship. Girl, you know how much forgiveness you have to do in a real relationship? Like of the little things and eventually of the big things in a long-term serious partnership. Relationships are for the evolution of your soul. You are going to have to practice, become a master at forgiveness if you want these relationships to work. My number 4 thing that is blocking true love from finding you is you believe God is going to drop a man at your doorstep. Girl, that's not how it works. I saw somebody on social media, I think she was trying to make the case for God bringing a man to her door. But then when you read her caption, it wasn't even like that. Like, it's so unlikely. Yes, I have definitely gone on dates with the guy who came to my door, right? The delivery guy. No, it was not a love connection, but it was a fun time. It is so unlikely that you are going to fall in love with the delivery guy, that without you having a full and interesting life that you love, you are going to really embrace the person who just walks up to your door. And that is so unlikely, because even if the delivery guy, the pool guy, the whatever guy that comes to your home to work on something is the man for you, if you don't like your life, if you don't have a life, if you literally only wake up to go to work and then come back home and do nothing, you zone out on the couch, if that's all you're doing, it is so unlikely that you will find somebody, and almost impossible that you will find someone that embodies the love that you want. They ain't gonna have no life either. What you need to do here, what will benefit you just in general, is have a full and vibrant life even before you meet your partner. Even after you have your partner, you still need to have a life outside of him. He can't be your whole world. That's tiring for him and for you. You need to be able to go out with friends, to have your hobbies, to do things you enjoy, to figure out what your purpose is in life, to do things that, motivate your spirit, like just gives you that energy you need. It's energy zest for life. That's what you need to be doing with your life. And in the middle of you just living your life is when you will meet your person. It is possible to meet them at any point in your life, right? There's people getting married in their 70s, but this is like their second or third or fourth marriage. But the point is, for your own benefit, create a life you love. Make sure you are happy with it. And then add someone that makes your life better. If you just stay home, if you don't do, I am a stay-at-home queen, okay? I love staying at home. But I do have some things that I really enjoy. I have people I really enjoy. And I make time to prioritize getting out of the house. You need to get some sun. You need to be around some trees. You need some fresh air. Like, you need to be doing something that's fulfilling to you. Then you'll meet your person and y'all can be doing fulfilling things together, okay? My number 4 is you have not done the healing work to embrace love in all the forms. People are talking constantly about romantic love. And on my channel, I like to talk about all the loves, right? I talk about the love of God, the love you have between friendships, the love in your family. Family is super important to me. And then romantic love, because there's nothing quite like romantic love, right? The next like really powerful love you have is a love for a child, but there's nothing quite like romantic love. And so it's something I very much encourage. You will be better for having loved, even if you lost. So to be able to release the barriers that you have to love, right? You have to do healing work. You have to figure out, when did I start putting up walls? There's a time, girl, there's a time. When you were born, you embodied love, right? You had Jesus, God energy emanating off of you, right? Babies are so very easy to love because they're so innocent, they're so pure. As you grow up, you learn more and more about what it's like to be human on this earth. You get traumatized a little bit or a lot by, imperfect humans who are just doing their best, but sometimes their best is terrible, right? There's a point in time where you started putting up walls to love because you started associating love with pain. Whatever that point is what you need to heal. You have to shine a light on that area. You have to talk about it. You have to process it. You have to work through it. You have to actively do things differently, right? So I strongly recommend doing this sort of work with a spiritual coach or a therapist, somebody who can hold space for you and they know what they're doing to really practice healing work. You have to do that work. The work is not just, saying the trauma out loud. It's actually making different decisions in your everyday life so that you can build this new habit of giving love freely. That's my current mantra. Give love freely. But if you're so scared that if you give love, you're not going to get it back, or you're so scared that if you give, you're going to be depleted, you will not be able to love anyone fully, including the man who's perfect for you. You have to do this work. Otherwise, you will just attract another, really broken person. And then it's just the two of y'all broken together. And yes, it is possible that you can live a wonderful life with somebody who's been through a lot. But if you're with a person who's not working through that, and you're not working through that, it will only be chaos and confusion in y'all's relationship. It will not be fulfilling towards you. So please go and do the work. And the last one on my list is, you need the approval or the opinion of someone else before you can make a commitment to someone. It is not going to serve you if you are not able to say for yourself, this is what I like. This is who I'm choosing. If you're looking to another person to validate your experience, to tell you, yes, you're doing the right thing, or yes, they approve of this person. Let's say this person that you need approval from, has all these superficial or maybe deep list of things that they think you should have when you pick a mate. You will never get the person you want, because this is the person they want for you. You have to be clear, because part of this, I don't want you to get like muddy and thinking, oh, this is somebody that cares about me, that has high expectations for me and just wants me to be happy. You need to know for yourself, right? Your opinion matters more than anyone else's. And so if you cannot make this decision without consulting someone else, or you only make a decision based on the approval of somebody else, the person that you're with, that you have a whole relationship with, that you have to really problem solve with, do things with, spend times with, talk to, you're not gonna like this person, not for real, for real. The person will like them for you. They'll like how y'all look together. They'll like what it represents for the family or the friend group or whatever, that you're next to this person. But you won't be happy, because this is not really the person you picked. Because the person you picked has a whole different set of characteristics, or maybe just slightly different. You need to make sure that you are picking the person based on what you want and need, really. And so to do that, you really have to do that healing work to get really clear on what it is that you need in your life. Who is the person that's going to complement you, to make you a better person, somebody that you can talk to and have fun with and be a best friend with and do life with, build with. You can't just be letting other people pick that for you. But we ain't talking about arranged marriages here, right? That's not your culture. You need to be able to stand on your own and pick this person. You can love that your family and friends love the person you're with, but you don't need their approval for the person you're with, because you are going to be so embodying love, so ready to receive love, and that person is going to be reciprocating that same thing to you, that you'll know clearly who's the right person for you. Are there any other barriers to love that you are working through? Let me know in the comments. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.